I'm glad he got an opportunity to go home close to home because that's what he wanted to do. And we appreciate what he did here for us. And that's part of the coaching business. You usually, when somebody leaves, historically from me, you usually find somebody to kind of take a step up. So I hope that same thing happens.
Does that process start right now? You start looking for somebody?
Yeah, it does, but I don't think anything will happen until after, maybe not even until February. Not immediately anyway. I talked to one guy that I thought maybe we might be able to make happen, but he has a contract issue, so we didn't get it worked out.
So do you look for a recruiting coordinator, or do you look for a line coach, and then you can look among your staff for recruiting?
Actually, to be quite honest, Randy kind of was doing most of the organization recruiting part of it. We'll evaluate the whole thing and see exactly where everybody fits. It's just, as a head coach, you've got to make sure all the personalities are right and who does what.
Do you have to make strides with or make effort with the recruits to make sure they don't get? I mean, I know a lot of people are involved with recruiting, but do you have to do anything to reassure them if Adrian was recruiting them?
Not really. I've talked to all of them already, and they all seem solid. So, as every year, late, somebody might come in and try to steal one of your guys in the bigger schools. But now that we're in the Big East, I think that'll happen less and less. But when we're in the Western Athletic Conference or the Conference USA, and one of those big teams loses a guy, well, they panic and they go right for your guys.
Right.
So I don't think that'll happen as much now that we're in the Big East.
So now is Klemm gone? He's not going to be here with the whole game?
Right. Okay. He left. He was kind of out there recruiting and also doing some things, I'm sure, talking to people. So.
Do you anticipate losing anybody else?
I had a couple other guys that have had inquiries, yes. You don't anticipate it, but it's always a possibility.
Todd Graham is going to Arizona State. So you guys will play an interim, school
interim
coach.
I don't know how that looks like, that whole deal. We'll see. Usually teams kind of rally up, adversity happens.
It happened with Pitt last year, actually, because Phil Bennett was the interim coach. They won that bowl.
They ended up winning the game. So that's kind of what I'm saying. Sometimes they rally up and do well.
Do you think that's kind of like mentally for that team? They've gone through so many coaches that maybe they're a little weak, and that's something y'all can...
No, I don't know. That's a question you probably have to ask them.
How have bowl practices gone? The young guys are getting...
Yeah, good. We're giving all the young guys reps, and it's kind of fun to see because they really haven't had, chance to get in there with the 7-on-7 and stuff since training camp. So it's interesting to see how much people listen and learn and who gets better and who kind of stays the same. There's some good stuff out there.
So is that kind of your focus for this week, and then when it gets closer to the bowl, you'll get the other guys in?
The bowl. Well, the starters took normally the backup reps all week, and then I gave the rookies the starting reps. So they were still doing stuff, but not as much.
Is there anyone that stood out to you that maybe?
Yeah, Robert Seals really has caught my attention, and Lazari and James Richardson. And then a couple of the young receivers will now show some shake and bake, and so a couple of the linemen too. Right tackle, right 75. That's 75, right? Weeks. Chris Weeks is 75. And then the center 52. The second show pretty good stuff too. So that's good.
Well, you'll need a lot of those young guys next year. So.
Yeah. We'll have to have a bunch more in this class too. So.
You said you might do a little pit on Thursday?
We're going to do it tomorrow, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there some guys still kind of rehabbing the injuries that they had during the season?
Jordan Pittman hasn't been out yet, but I think he'll be ready when we get back from Christmas. He's the only one, but he's walking, so just so.
And now, I know Zach obviously is, not coming back and stuff, but has he had a presence with the team despite the
injury? He's been coaching the running backs the last 2 days. Wes coached the offensive line for me in Hawaii for 2 years, and so he'll coach the offensive line through the bowl game. And then Zach will and Wes will coach the running backs.
Did Zach show you the pictures of his toe surgery?
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy.
I really almost
I didn't want to see it.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was looking at.
It was awful.
Anything else?
Sorry, one last question. Besides getting the young guys reps, what are your goals mainly for this week and then the next few weeks?
Well, it's good, you know, with all the things that were going on, just getting the team back, getting on the field, coming together. It feels like we've done a pretty good job, coaches and players, staying focused on what the deal is.